Hello everybody and welcome to the news video on Jumputi Heroes. We've got like a whole bunch of stuff going on that we need to talk about. The new feature festival is actually going to be one of the last things we're talking about because we want to touch on some of the other things that are going on early in that event. First of which is the Reborn and Naruto Return Festival. This is really nice for fans of these series because you're getting a bunch of events returning for a whole 10 days. These are all coming back for 10 days. If you missed out on Lambo, make sure you grab him, make sure you get into 6-star. Pretty nice support on him. And all of these units, other than Lambo, I think are in normal rotation. Oh no, Sasuke's not. Kid Sasuke's definitely not, so Max Sasuke as well. Is Conan in normal rotation? I don't think she is. Is she? Maybe she is, maybe she isn't, but if you haven't got her, max her as well. Loads of Naruto events coming back. Loads of, well, all the Kochikame and Reborn events coming back, I think. I think that's all of them. I'm not 100% sure. But, very nice little thing they're putting on here. And they're doing this more often, bringing back older units, older events from a feature festival as kind of like a mini reprint festival. But one thing you might notice as we scroll down, we get to the gacha. Oh, where's the limiteds? Where's the sooner reprint gacha? Where's the well, fucking one of the 10, 15, I don't know how many limiteds from Naruto reprints? What's going on there? They're not being reprinted. There is a reason for that, and we will talk about it when we get further down. But these returning hero gachas are very nice. This one in particular, like, I've talked about having mixed thoughts on these. Basically what it boils down to is if all you're looking for is grabbing one of these units, you're just like, look, I just want to do my free multis and get a new unit, then this is better value for money than the Naruto one, because this one gives you a free multi. So you will do the first multi, the second multi, the third multi, the fourth multi. It will still cost you the same as doing 3 multis on this banner. You will still get a guaranteed new unit from that, but you're getting 10 extra units, which could be a new 5-star, could be whatever. You don't know. It could just be garbage as well, but at the end of the day, you can sell that for medals. So you'd rather have the free garbage than no free garbage. So pretty nice. But if you're going to be doing multiple rotations, if you're going to be one of the people that's trying to get all of them, then probably yes, you'd want to be summoning on this banner instead, because as you go through the multis, you'll find you have to do more of the step 1 and step 2 on the Kochikame Reborn banner, and that has no guarantees. So as you go further, yes, you'll want to do those. But needless to say, if you missed out on these characters, this is going to be one of the better opportunities to get a hold of them, up until the choice tickets come back with their special update sometime next year, early next year. And when they do that, then obviously you can just choose whoever you want. But until then, if you want them now, this is the time. This is the time to do it. Now, the monthly tower strengthening week. This has actually been going on for a while, but it's only recently I felt compelled to make news posts on it. I think it's because around the time they release this, they typically do another event of some kind. In this case, it's the Kochikame Reborn and Naruto thing. But they did other things in the past, and I kind of did like a whole, like, oh, here's a bunch of returning events, news post, whatever. Well, this month's monthly tower strengthening week, lots of missions. The missions are always the same. It's just win a certain amount of times and play a certain amount of times. So just go in there and play and do your best, because if you can't win, you can't win. That's how it is. You know, you can try and strengthen your team. You can jump in Discord. You can ask for advice. You can, you know, you can seek out help on making your team better. But you've got to be quite selective with the teams you pick during this week if you want to guarantee wins, because there's some filthy teams out there. There's some people that will slap you up, especially if you don't know what you're looking for in terms of an opponent, because some of the supports now are getting disgusting. They are getting so strong, and it becomes quite difficult to prepare your team accordingly, especially at the much higher ranks. But if you're at a lower rank, getting the wins you need, getting the, well, just doing the ones where you play the PvP, that's fine. Even if you have to auto it, just do it. But in terms of the wins, a little bit harder. But a bunch of free goodies available. We also get the enhancement campaign coming back, and then a bunch of 3 units returning. All of these units I think are in normal rotation, so it's kind of like whatever. But worth grabbing some copies. Worth grabbing some copies if you haven't beat them. Now, the Tower Support Gacha. This Gacha is always very good. Whenever they bring back a Tower Support Gacha, I say bring back, it's different every time. Whenever there's a Tower Support Gacha, it's always very good units. And in this case, you've got 3 units here from 2020, right at the front. You've got one of the best units from the end of last year. And you've got Pain, who's pretty good. So all in all, very nice lineup. I highly recommend, well, I wouldn't say pulling on it, but consider it. If you have none of these units and you have enough to go 3 multis, carefully consider it. But I'll never say definitely pull on this banner. This banner is the best, because it really depends what you're looking for. And if you don't care about PvP, only some of these supports would maybe really speak to you as a good unit. I definitely recommend taking a look. Take a look and make a decision for yourself. We also have Endeavour returning. You know, not one I intend to pull on, but he's there. If you're a fan of My Hero Academia, he's there. So that's great. And now we get to talk about the actual feature festival. Now, not everybody is going to be excited about this. You know, it's Kochikame. I mean, sure, it's huge in Japan, but a lot of the stuff is very Japan-centric in the series, which is why a lot of countries never really adapted to it, never picked it up, because they were like, what's the point? It's not really going to speak to the people of my region, so why would I pick up this series, translate this series? It's just not going to work. So, okay, fair enough. I get that, and I think some people have got some problems with the format of the event and stuff like that, but look, end of the day, let me say this before we get into it. This event's got a nice amount of goodies. It's got a nice amount of free units. They're doing this event mainly focused at fans of Kochikame and people who are going to want some really nice PvP units, because we know that the 2 standard gacha units are very good for PvP. And I mean, I highly expect Riyatsu to be one of the best limiteds in the game. I know that sounds like stupid, but look, they need people to pull on these units. They've put the effort in to make the unit. They can't guarantee people are going to pull on it because they don't really know how their audience is going to work with this game. Like, I'm sure they've got numbers that I don't have access to about the age groups of people and who's a fan of what. And, you know, they would probably have a good idea of how many people they can expect to pull on a Kochikame event. And I would expect those numbers would say that it's far less than a Dragon Ball or One Piece, Kimetsu no Yaiba, even some of the other series we've had that have had smaller followings this year. So when they made this, it was specifically aimed at the Kochikame fans, but in order to get more people to pull, they have made those 2 standard gacha units very good in PvP, and I have a feeling Riyatsu is going to be either like a solid, super good PvP unit, or like one of the ridiculously good just all-around units. I will say that his ID, it's not with the other Kochikame units. Because he is standing there with Lemon, he is classified as a dual unit. Now, we've had other characters in the past like Izuku Midoriya and Eri, or Tatsumi Oga and Baby Beal. So would they not be classed as dual units? Well, probably not, because it's probably not an idea they had when making those units, you know, so it's not really something that's been taken into consideration because they hadn't had the concept of dual units yet. So same as like Haki in One Piece, the concept hadn't really come to fruition yet, so just pretend whatever happened pre-time skip was just kind of like up in the air a little bit. As to why some characters are more powerful than others, even though they were supposed to come from one place and have one certain power, and they didn't have it, but then they did have it later. It's all about when it was conceived, and I don't think they conceived dual units as an idea until they started planning the second anniversary. Second anniversary, dual units, 2 characters, makes sense. He is the first dual unit we have seen since the anniversary, and he is dual unit number 5. He's an ID slot number 4, which means he's unit number 5 because Goku and Vegeta are in slot 0. And you've got to bear in mind that this only applies to dual units that are from the same series. So Lemon and Riyatsu are both from Kochikame, so they're in the same series section. We do have Goku and Luffy, who are a crossover. It's a different set of IDs. But for Riyatsu and Lemon, when we saw them added to the files, we could clearly see that there was a slot number 2, slot number 3, both empty. Slot number 4 is Riyatsu. 1 is Naruto and Sasuke, and 0 is Goku and Vegeta. So there's 2 slots open for 2 more dual units, and I have a feeling they're reserving dual units as like a top tier character. I could be wrong. We shall see. We don't know what Riyatsu's skills are yet. We haven't even seen the skill animation yet, so we don't know. But that's what I'm expecting. So moving through, we have the Retweet Campaign. I went to great lengths to find these screenshots from the manga, so I hope people can appreciate this little story. You can read it on the website, link in the description. And yeah, it took me quite a while. It took me quite a while. Along with all the other stuff in this news post, it took me quite a while. But this is a retweet campaign. We're trying to hit 20k retweets. I don't think we will. Maybe we will. Maybe. I mean, if they try really hard, like to keep promoting it, they might get fresh retweets every day. It might work. But they even set a stretch goal of 25. Like, something might happen at 25. Yeah, well, I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never know. But who knows? Who knows? Like I said, if they get back at it, posting it every day, retweeting it every day, say, hey guys, go and retweet this and whatever. Maybe. This was a quick look at the pre-event information, which again took me some effort. So if you guys would show some love for it, if you go and take a look at it, this kind of gives you a background of what some of these characters are like in the story and how they talk to each other, and specifically their relationship to Riyatsu, who is the main character of the series. So might be just give it a look. Just give it a look. Plus, we had a look at some of the early design elements of the characters. So please do give that a look if you do get a chance. Oh, we've gone flying down the page. Okay, let's let's scroll back up. So, the login bonus. On the first day, you receive a copy of Matoi Giboshi. Now, I didn't know a lot about Kochikame going into this. I knew a lot of basic information, but not a lot. Not a lot at all. And I had to look into it a lot to see, you know, information for what the events are called, and for later when I'm going to try and figure out what the skill names are and what the quotes are. So I had to kind of get a feel for who each character was and what they were about. And from what I can tell, Matoi Giboshi, who is the older sister of Lemon, this girl here, she appears to play quite a prominent role in the series. I can't really tell if, like, Riyatsu and Matoi seem to have a lot of time together, because there was something like they were supposed to be getting into a relationship and getting married, and it turned out actually they're related, and that's kind of weird. But they seem to all live on like some kind of family compound at later points in the series. So you see Riyatsu spending a lot of time with her, with Lemon, and with a few other family members, and that's where a lot of the stuff from this event actually comes from. For example, the festival stuff I showed before. You know, Riyatsu is in the family house, and you know they're talking about the project that Lemon has to do about the festival, and he offers to take her there, and it's like a whole thing. It's a gag manga, so a lot of these details aren't important, but I thought someone might care. I might touch on them anyway. Now we have the login bonus. It's what you expect: rubies plus gacha tickets. The Kochikame gacha ticket is a 50-50. It's a flip of a coin. You could, if you get a 5-star, it could be the Riyatsu, it could be Reiko, or it could be the 2 new gacha units. it's 50-50. It's 50-50. There's only 4 standard gacha units from Kochikame, so good luck to anybody. Good luck to anybody that does get a 5-star. I had a lot of luck on the JoJo tickets. I managed to pull Avdol, who I've been chasing for a very long time, and I managed to pull Narancia. So I got Bruno, I got Narancia. Honestly, probably the 2 characters I wanted least, if I'm honest, if I'm really honest. But, you know, it is what it is. You can't turn your nose up at 3 5-star units. You cannot. And yeah, I was pretty happy with that. The daily stage. Riyatsu is the new producer of Jumputi. That is the storyline of this event. Again, it's a gag manga, so even the fucking event theme has to be a gag. And the gag is that Riyatsu is the new producer of Jumputi. He has taken Shirai's place, and everything in this event is his idea, which is why some of the stuff is stupid. Play the daily stage every day, you know the story. Now, this is really nice. They did the same thing for the Rurouni Kenshin event. The evolution for both of the free-to-play units that were added at launch. So Keiichi Nakagawa and Hayato Honda are both going to be evolved from this event. You collect these books. They're called the New Katsushika Police Department Notebooks. Collect those and you can evolve both of those characters to 6-star, which you're going to have to do as a part of this event in order to unlock all the rewards, which you'll be seeing in just a second. The new Ultimate Class event, ex-Green Beret Armed Policeman, Saigo Volvo. He is actually the husband, or is it boyfriend? I can't remember. He is going out, at least, with Jody, who is the standard gacha unit with the blonde hair, who you're going to be seeing later. So a bit of context for you there. It's an ultimate class. We're actually getting a catastrophe and an ultimate class in this event, but not really. We didn't get that with JoJo, so I kind of had high hopes when I saw this was an ultimate class, but when I saw a catastrophe, I was like, oh, it's one of those. It's one of those. So I don't really know what to think, but you know, you'll see that in just a second and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Transcendent class event, Detective Speedo. They made a new version of Detective Speedo. He was already in the game as an enemy only. They made a version 2 with a new sprite and everything and new animations, and he's going to be obtainable from a Transcendent class event. The Elite Detective from the head office. It really speaks for itself, the event name, as to who the character is. And yes, he does have a Speedo, and yes, there are multiple times in the series where he doesn't even have the Speedo, just the tie. So that's kind of weird. But, you know, again, gag manga. You've gotta just roll with the punches. You just gotta roll with the punches. Now, this part is classic Jumputi gag manga event. That's what it is. They replaced the rubies with rupees. Let's ignore the fact that rupees are of real currency already. These are supposed to be fake rubies that Riyatsu has come up with. And in order to get them, you clear stages during the event and you can use it to summon on this gacha. Now, depending on how many you need to summon on the gacha and how many the stages drop, this could be pretty huge. Like, we do love stages where you just get given stuff to keep summoning. Like, think about the Akaya Kirihara event, which was reprinted recently. You get the sunflowers just from playing the events, and you use those to summon on the gacha that gives you Akaya Kirihara. But in this case, there are no characters in this gacha. There are a bunch of other luxury rewards, 10-step tickets, 5-star ticket fragments, gold tickets, jewel fragments, and limit break doors. Plus you can stock up on scrolls if you need that, books if you need that. So depending on how many summons we're going to get from this, like, it's very nice. Very, very nice little bonus they're going to be giving us. Incidentally though, for some reason starts on the second day of the event instead of the first. Don't know why, but it does. But it does run all of the rest of the event seemingly, so pretty cool. And you're going to be able to farm a whole bunch of goodies from that, so I mean, it's nice. It's nice. It's just a little bit like, it's I don't know, like the whole rupee thing. I get it, it's a gag, but it's like, bro, I know what's coming next, and I want rubies. I know what event is coming next, and I want rubies. I don't want fucking rupees. We have the Riyatsu land event. This gives you Riyatsu coins. I didn't know how to word this because the coin's actually called something along the lines of the Riyatsu signature coin or the Riyatsu mark coin, because obviously it's got his iconic eyebrows on the coin. I didn't really know how to word it, so I just called it Riyatsu coins. So what are you gonna do? And this is how you're going to be getting additional copies of Matoi Giboshi, who we talked about earlier. She can be found in the event store for the Riyatsu coins. So earn those coins and trade them in for that. This event, you can see lots of rupees and lots of silver tickets. I assume it's just going to drop the rupees just like any other event. That's their way of saying, just keep farming this event, get more Riyatsu coins, and you can get the rupees. This event has one thing very nice in particular, and that is, even if you've cleared out everything else from this event, so let's say, because this event ends on the 28th, that's the end of this event, so let's say you've done everything else for this event. One thing that this event has that's nice is that you'll be able to continue to farm this stage to get more rupees, which you can use to summon on that gacha. So more goodies from up here, more of that. And the silver tickets are unlimited. I think there'll be some cheap ones that have like a certain amount you can buy, but then there'll be like a standard price silver ticket that you can buy as many of as you want. So you can continue to transfer your stamina into this event in exchange for free summons. It's very good. It's very good. And there's other rewards you can see down here on the left. So this was a very nice feature, very nice touch from them. And I'm hoping we see more of that going forward. And there's Matoi Giboshi, there's a picture of her there. There are boosted characters for this event. It's quite nice that they've included all the JoJo characters. And if you want to summon for the standard gacha units from Kochikame, they are obviously higher boosts. But it's nice that you can at least, you've got the JoJo characters in there as well. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Now, this is the stage I was talking about, because this is a Transcendent class event, the policeman who awakens once every 4 years. This is one of the stupidest storylines I've ever heard of. He is a character that only really does his job on the day of the Olympics every 4 years. But apparently, he does such a good job on the day of the Olympics every 4 years that his numbers on that day, the amount of arrests he does, the level of work he does, and I shouldn't say day because the Olympics is longer than a day, but during that period, his work is of such high quality, it outweighs the fact that he doesn't work for the rest of the 4 years in between the Olympics. Would have been a bit derailed this year because it got delayed because of the virus, but the series isn't running anymore, so that gag doesn't work. He is he is going to be a Transcendent class event, but he's actually not just a Transcendent class event. He has a catastrophe. He goes on an absolute rampage if you wake him up outside of those 4 years. That's the storyline as it goes, and that's how this event goes. And you can see that aura. As far as an aura goes, that's really nice. It actually does transform his special attack animation as well, from what I can see. We'll have a better look at that once it's actually released in the game. But I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I don't know how hard it's going to be, but the fact that everybody will be able to at least get into 99 luck without having to worry about being an ultimate class stage, and then you can go in and try the catastrophe for the last week or so of the event and see if you can beat him. It's a nice touch. It's a nice feature. I think the fact that we've also got an ultimate kind of balances it out. And yeah, we don't have many events like this. There's a few, but we don't have many. I'm trying to think of some, but they're always kind of attached to a weird gimmick normally. Like the stupid Light Yagami one had a separate catastrophe stage, but I think that was kind of considered an ultimate class anyway. But the Gentle Criminal event, that had a stupid gimmick where you had to farm the rope in order to do the stage. I think this is just the best way to do it. You just have the separate stage, and if you can beat it, you can beat it. If you can't, well, you still got a character to 99 luck, so who cares? This event, Bench Clearing Brawl, Riyatsu Kankichi. I did not know what to call this event. It turns out bench clearing brawl is not really something I've experienced watching sports in the UK. Apparently, it's a very common thing, not just in Japan, but in a bunch of American and Canadian sports as well. Stuff like hockey, stuff like baseball, to have, you know, a brawl happening on the pitch and suddenly everybody comes clearing off the bench to get involved. Like, I guess it does happen in football every once in a while, which is really the only sport I watch, but not really something I ever had a name for. I guess we now have a name for it. I guess it's quite common because yeah, it's got a name in Japanese and in English that I wasn't aware of. Bench clearing brawl, and that's the name of this event, and the name makes sense with what the event is, because as you clear each stage, you'll unlock the next stage. The next stage is harder than the previous stage, and more importantly, as you go up the stages, the amount of enemies on the stages will periodically also increase, so you'll have to fight more enemies as well. This is a completely new type of event. I'm interested to see how difficult it is because the rewards don't look that great. You know, there's no complete jewels, there's no rubies, seemingly, no 5-star tickets, anything like that, so I have a feeling it's not going to be that difficult, but maybe this is something they're testing out. I don't know. Single player only event could be cool. I don't know. Now, these are the missions I mentioned before. The reason why you have to basically clear everything in this event is because it's the only way to unlock all of the rewards you need to max out the Super Kanda Sushi. Kanda is an area in Tokyo. It's where Matoe Giboshi and her family comes from, and well, sure enough, you can see here, that's the grandmother of the family, and she has made the Super Kanda Sushi, which is gigantic. You've got a cup of tea there for reference. Once again, a gag legend summon. However, this is no ordinary gag legend summon, because this one is actually going to do something. Unlike the sticky, icky balls, unlike the stupid Ginyu one, this one is actually going to do something, because it has legend summon books attached to the missions, which means it's going to be leveled up to level 10, just like any other legend summon, except the stupid gag ones normally. And by clearing all the missions, which you can see listed on the website, again, link in the description, you can get it up to level 10, and it will do something. It will do something. The missions are very slightly different to the Saint Seiya event. I noticed in a few places, instead of making you beat the stage 30 times, where they had done before, it's 10, and then that 30 times mission has been transferred to 75 luck in the case of Saigo Volvo. But there are other instances where they've changed the mission into something else. So keep an eye out on that. Make sure you do all these. They're not going to be that difficult. Like, they're not asking you to do much of the harder stages. Assuming Saigo Volvo is not that difficult, that's probably the hardest part, getting him to max luck. So just, you know, get involved. Get involved. Lots of stuff to do. But once you do it all, you get the Super Kanda Sushi Legend Summon max level. And who knows if it's actually going to be any good, but it's going to actually do something, I'm sure. Now, this event is supposed to be shrouded in mystery, but honestly, I could not be fucked to do the whole thing of like, ooh, what is it? Question mark banner, could be anything. We know what it is. I don't want to have to make another news post later or go back and update this. It's a showdown match. We know about matches from the Kochikame event, from the Fist of the North Star event, the Black Clover event. You have a team. You have to choose a team in this instance. Sometimes you get sorted randomly, and this time you get to choose. This is a residence card. You're going to receive it in your gift box, and you will use it to choose a team. Will you side with Riyatsu and his hometown of Asakusa, or will you side with Matoe and her hometown of Kanda? Which will it be? I don't think it really matters. I don't think either of them, choosing either of them is going to particularly affect your chances of doing well in the event, getting lots of rewards in the event, but you will have to choose the team, and once you do, you will be competing to earn as many of these washoi as possible. The Washoi, we actually see Washoi all the way back up here. It is the chant they are shouting at the top of this page while they are lifting the Mikoshi through the festival. So now you know, now you've got context of what that is. And that's what we're collecting from this event. You clear stages on extra islands, and as you earn more for your team, you will also be clearing missions for yourself, which will give you some rewards. But you want to clear as high amount as possible, or collect as high amount as possible for your team, because whoever has done the best job of collecting them at the end of the event will get better rewards. I've had a few people ask, is it the case that that 5 is going to be the difference between you getting a guaranteed 5-star and not, because you need 10 total to get the guaranteed 5-star? And I don't really know, but I think it's quite likely that yes, the winning team will get a guaranteed 5-star because they'll get 5 from missions and 5 from winning, and the losing team will get 5 from missions and only 3 from winning, so they won't get, or from losing, they won't get a guaranteed 5-star. I don't know that for sure, but that is what they did for the anniversary. That is what they've done a couple of other times. So look, I don't know. I'm hoping that's not the case though. For all of us, I'm hoping that's not the case. And there's the ticket, and there's the gacha. I don't know if it's going to be like restricted pool or something. Obviously, you can see Riyatsu there alongside. God, why can't I remember his name? Bushizawa. There we go. If it's a restricted pool and you can get some pretty nice 5-stars on there, that'd be kind of cool. But I have a feeling it's just going to be a guaranteed 5-star, and that's that. Though it does look to be a certain type of character, if you do have a look there. But make sure to select your team during this period. If you don't, you won't be on the team, so you're fucked. I think that's basically it. So make sure you do that to take part in this event. Though there are no rewards like specific characters or specific items that you need in order to progress in the game. Like, you're not missing out on anything except a guaranteed 5-star probably. Though I do think you need to clear these stages as part of those missions up above. I don't remember exactly, but you can take a look for yourself when you need to. Now, returning events. This is important. Pay attention to this, because typically returning events doesn't mean a lot. But in this case, if you weren't around when these events were first around, a lot of these have not come back. This is their first time coming back. So you might not have Dojiro Ohara, you might not have the evolution materials for Togashi Genji, you might not have Saigo Tokumori, and you might not have Ai Asato. So make sure that you get involved with these events if you haven't done it, because they only seem to come back like maybe once a year. So get involved. Now here we have the return of the festival, the Man Festival Gacha. 2 pretty decent units, seasonal units. They're only going to be available in this gacha at the moment. If you're on the Tier 1 version, they're available from the choice ticket and the standard gacha pool, but on the Japanese version, they are seasonal exclusive. They are only available when the devs decide they are available. I do have Riyatsu, I don't have Kondo Isao, but I don't intend to pull on this, even though you only have to do 3 multis to get a guaranteed new unit, assuming you don't have one of them already. We do have the gold boost 100% available for a whole 10 days. That's good. That's good. We have the Kochikame Tower boost, which is pretty standard stuff for these events, and the limited gacha. Now, we don't know anything about Riyatsu and Lemon, really. I've put down that they're blue, but technically we don't even really know that. We only know, like, I only theorize from kind of the color of the text and the fact that the catastrophe stage is red, but as far as I know, it hasn't been confirmed they are blue. However, typically speaking, you can tell a lot from the background of these banners, and the far background of this is blue, so I expect Riyatsu and Lemon to be blue, and they will counter the stage up above, which is red. So that makes sense. That makes sense. We don't know what these characters are going to do. It's quite interesting that they do in fact change costumes in their win animation, and this Riyatsu, some older players may remember that there was this mysterious image of it had the Sagittarius Seiya on it, alongside a few other characters that were like, whoa, who are these are different versions of the characters, what's going on? And one of them we talked about for a very long time was the Riyatsu in the festival gear. And sure enough, even though this is technically a completely new unit with a new sprite, they have added into the game. So we did it, lads. We've done it. But will he be good? Yes, I think he's going to be a very good unit. I don't know how good, but I suspect he's going to be amazing. So just bear that in mind. And maybe even if he is amazing, don't pull on him until the end of the event, until we know what's coming next, because what's coming next looks like it's going to be huge. We have the New Heroes Gacha, which adds Jody and Haya. I know a lot of people are going to like these characters because they have very nice supports for PvP. We'll obviously talk about that more in depth when we do a quick little batch review later in the week. Actually, how am I going to do that? Because Riyatsu comes much later. Like I might have to do a whole batch review instead of just the gacha units this time, because when Riyatsu comes out, all the characters will be available. So I'm probably going to do that instead. We will see. We will see. But these units look like they're going to be at least pretty good for PvP, so that's nice. And third multi guaranteed 5-star pickup unit, so you only have to pay $250 to get one of these units guaranteed. The Defeat Naruto Battle Ready Gacha. This is some really nice units. Honestly, like the two older units here are still very nice, especially if you don't have Bulma. She's such a key healer. But you've also got Rob Lucci and Rokudo Mukuro, who are both 2020 units. This is a very nice gacha. Very, very nice. So if you did want to pull on this, I wouldn't be surprised. But again, like I mentioned with the other gacha before, try not to do anything until we know what's coming next, because I strongly suspect the next event is going to be an absolute madness. An absolute madness. So bear that in mind. We have the Kochikami Daily Sale Pack. Now, you may have noticed, if you have been paying attention in the Discord, in Twitter, whatever, there is no pack similar to what we got with the previous feature festivals that guarantees you a new unit. You can get this pack, which is 250 yen for 100 rubies and a Kochikame ticket. I don't think it's bad value for money, because at the end of the day, you're spending, what, 1,000 yen on 400 rubies, so that's like just under, it's like £9 something for 400 rubies plus 4 Kochikame gacha tickets. I don't think that's bad, but by the end of the event, how much would you have spent? It's like 14 days, it's like 2,500 plus like another 100, 2,600 yen. It's probably like £24, something like that, or $26, something like that. For 2,600 rubies. No, that's not right. For 1,400 rubies and 14 Kochikame gacha tickets. Actually, no, tell a lie. It ends 4 days early, so take 4 off of that. It's only for 10 days, so it's 2,500 yen for 10k rubies. No, for 1k rubies. Fuck's sake, for 1k rubies and for 10 Kochikame gacha tickets. Very nice. I think it's very nice, but goddamn, is it upsetting not to have that guaranteed new unit gacha? Because that ticket pack is the one. That is the one that everybody loves. But it's okay. This sale, on the other hand, very nice, very, very nice. 2,500 rupees for 4,900 yen over the course of 5 days. So 4,900 yen. Okay, it's not cheap, but as far as how much you'd normally pay for 3,000 rupees, which is in the realm of like £70, this is much cheaper. So yeah, if you're gonna spend, if once you see the shit that I show you for the next event makes you think I'm gonna want to spend on the next event, this is probably the best value for money rubies you're going to get from this game. So just a heads up. And this is just my links back to those posts we talked about at the start. And this is new stuff. This is new, interesting stuff. So Silver Week, this is the first time Silver Week has occurred during Jumputi's runtime. Silver Week is a special holiday wherein you have the Autumnal Equinox Day and the Respect for the Aged Day. So you have the Autumnal Equinox fall on a Wednesday and the Respect for the Aged Day fall on the Monday. and the one day in between gets made into a public holiday, because that's how they do it in Japan apparently. So you get from the Saturday through to the Wednesday off of work. How delightful. And if you're at school, you get it off of school. Incredible. Incredible scenes. And for that, we are going to be getting at least one new thing, one new gacha, which is the Goku and Vegeta dual unit limited gacha. And I'm hoping that we're going to get some extra rubies, some extra tickets, something for this, because everyone in Japan's going to be home from work, home from school, whatever. Give them some goodies. Give them some goodies, and also give them to me. That would be very nice. And we have the countdown to the 2.5 year anniversary. This is the big event I was talking about, the 2.5 year anniversary. And this is why, seemingly, they chose not to reprint the limiteds for the Naruto and Reborn reprint event thing, because they just thought there'd be too many limited gacha at once. They already had Endeavour, they already had Riyatsu, they already had Goku and Vegeta, and now, now you're going to be getting all of these bad boys coming back. All of these. It's a very nice gacha at play there. But one thing to note is we only celebrated the 6-month campaign in year 1. We didn't celebrate it in year 2. And now we're in year 3. We're going to be celebrating it again. I guess it kind of makes sense, because 2.5 seems like more of a landmark than 1.5, I guess, because it's like a quarter of a way to 10 years, maybe. But in that first celebration, the only new characters we got were Misery Stalker from Outer Zone. We got I think it was it Motayuchi Yota from, oh god, my brain's malfunctioning, from Video Girl I. And we got the chef dude from Toriko, who I've now forgotten the name of. But we got the Outer Zone event, basically. We got the Outer Zone event, and we got 3 new characters, but those were the only new characters during that event. What we actually got that was kind of cool was a bunch of rubies. It was only an 8-day event, you got 800 rubies. Technically, I think it was a 10-day event, but whatever. 800 rubies, half-price stamina stages, half-price friend point summons. We got the first player survey, we got the first 4-star evolution thing, and we got the first limited banner with more than one limited character, which is Shirayasha and Golden Saya, which nowadays seems kind of funny when you've got gacha like this. But what can we expect from this 2.5 anniversary? Well, there's also sale packs here, I forgot to mention those. Well, the only hint we have is this, the new logo and this event image. This should speak to fans of current Shonen Jump as a Dr. Stone event. However, it doesn't say anywhere Feature Festival, Pooty Feature, Dr. Stone, anything like that. The image in the background obviously does have some people that have been turned to stone, and the font itself, that is the Dr. Stone event on that 2.5. But the theme of the event is The Great Escape. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm going to speculate in another video that I'm going to release later this week. I don't know when. But feel free to have your own pops in the comments about what you think it's going to be. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.